It's your boy, the one Joey V.
This is Boss Dog Cigars.
This is Quentin Moore chilling in the Cigar Lounge. Have a drink with your boys and tune in. Yeah.
All right, so everybody, y'all don't know who this is. First of all, welcome Cigar Lounge podcast. If y'all don't know who this is, then obviously you've been hanging under the fucking rock. It's my man's Allen of FamilyXLoyalty.
What's up, y'all?
Y'all know who he is, man. Y'all know who he is, man. I don't know what the hell to tell y'all. Y'all ain't smoking good cigars, man. For real. No, what you drinking? I see you got the fancy glass out. You got the pinky up glass. What you drinking?
Yeah. My fancy ass beer, Chimay Blue.
Oh, that shit do look fancy.
Yeah, it's
that shit do look fancy.
Depending, I guess, where you live, it's like $16 a bottle for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 9% alcohol, and it's sweet, and it's heavy beer. It goes good with a cigar.
Okay. All right, so let's get into it, man. How did you get into cigars, man?
Oh, shit, man. That shit was because of Sopranos. You know what I mean? I'm 43 years old, man, and back in the day when I was like 17, 18, right? Like, you see these people smoking cigars, and they look like they're, mafioso. They look like they're, relaxing, right? They're big wigs, and I always wanted to smoke a cigar. And just one day, my wife invites me to go with her to one of her best friend's house, and they're having a pool party. So I just go there, and her husband's Cuban. He's like, "Hey, want to smoke a cigar?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" Mm-hmm. And ever since then, it's been like pretty much nonstop. Smoking. At first, I just smoked because I was learning, loving it, enjoying it. And then I started smoking basically full body nicotine, straight to your face cigars. You know what I mean? And I went from like 20 count cigar humidor to like 5 200 counts in less than a year. You know what I mean? And kind of fell in love with it. But I never took the time to actually learn about cigars until about 6-7 years ago. But I was just smoking, enjoying the time. I wasn't going to lounges. I wasn't hanging out anywhere. I was just hanging out with my boy. I smoked a cigar all by myself. You know what I mean? I started hitting cigar lounges in the past 10 years, 10, 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what got you into making your own cigar?
Well, that was a dream I had. After about 2 years smoking cigars, I was smoking a cigar while my brother was smoking a blunt and my cousin was smoking a cigarette, and drinking too. And I said, one day I want to have my own cigar label. You know what I mean? And they're all busting my balls. He goes, "Yeah, that'd be cool, but you can't afford that shit. You can't do that shit. That'd be cool though, And fast forward, going back to like 4.5 years ago, I started the pipe company with my business partner and brother, Ernesto Cordova. And after about 9 months of doing that, I essentially I had this itch. I said, I want to do my cigar brand now. And I want to do it now because I've been smoking so many different cigar brands. I've been smoking from boutiques to name brands. And then I just kept focusing on boutiques only. And I just was like, you know what? I want to make cigars. I want to make cigars that I love. And that's what it came down to. I want to make cigars that I love. And I wanted to give it a try. You know what I mean? And from then on, start trying to find a factory, trying to find somebody to work with us, because not everybody's going to work with a small brand. Because some people, work with small brands, you put like $5,000 down and you pick cigars from that nobody has paid for yet, that somebody didn't finish paying for. It becomes yours, whatever. We wanted to go work with somebody that was going to allow us to blend our own cigars. That was going to allow us to go through the entire process, right? And that's how we fell into Jonas Santana from Blackbird, right? And Jonas and we started working together. I finally flew to DR, and we spent that whole week there, 10, 12 hours a day, just He was rolling, we were smoking, we were talking about flavor profiles, taste, smelling leaves, tasting different leaves, the entire process. You know, we did that in a week.
Okay.
The hardest part about starting your own cigar business, in my opinion, is the labels, the bands, the designs, the brand, the marketing, the boxes, all that is one of the hardest things I find about cigars. Not necessarily making cigars.
Okay, so that kind of maybe knocked out the question I was going to ask. I was going to say, if you can give advice to anybody, like just want to make a cigar, this guy off the street, hey, I really want to make a cigar, I'm passionate about it. What advice would you give them?
One, it's not cheap. That's the first thing. Money doesn't come back until you do volume, right? So don't think that you're going to come in, sell a few thousand cigars, and you're good. Like, you know what I mean? No. Money in the cigar business comes with volume. Okay? 3, come in with an open mind. Know that you don't know everything. Right? 4, have a lot of friends, because otherwise you're going to make a ton of mistakes. Right? 5, it's not just about making a cigar. It's about what you're trying to do with this company. Are you building a new brand just for a hobby? Are you doing it because you just want to try it out? Are you doing it because you want to be a long-lasting brand? What is it you're trying to do? How much effort are you really going to put into it?
Okay, so if you could talk to the younger you, what would you tell yourself getting ready to go into the business?
I would have spent more time finding somebody to guide me before I was interested in starting the business. I would have made a lot less mistakes.
Okay.
Right? If I would have had some friends in the industry already from the farm process to the business process, means way before I started my own business to understand thank you, brother. I appreciate it, Scott. What's up, Mario? Again, what I told myself is like, get some solid advice first, right? I got a lot of solid advice through Jonas, but as I was going through it, as I was doing it, as I was already making some mistakes, you know what I mean? I would have definitely would want to have had some guidance, but truth be told, when it comes to starting your own business, you first have to understand what goals are you trying to reach, right? And then, but the guidance that comes like what farms you work with, like guidance as far as, what do you think of these bands? Well, what do you think of this design? You know what? I love this blend. Do you like it? No. Why don't you like it? Like, it's not all about you, right? It's all about the people around you, right? And making decisions that are cost effective as well, because the cigar business, nothing is cheap. Things become cheap in volume. Right? So if you just want to buy 1,000 labels, you may be paying, depending how elaborate the label is, you're paying anywhere between 10 cents and like 40 cents, 50 cents per label. Now, if you buy 100,000 labels, you might be paying 2-3 cents per label. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
The cigar boxes could cost anywhere between $4, $5 if you do no design, bullshit wood, to all the way to $20, $30, $40 a box. What depends? What you're trying to do with the box and volume.
Okay. All right. So your name, Family by Loyalty. Why don't you tell the people how you came up with that name?
Well, that name, because I basically told my business partner, we were talking about, I said, listen, the name of this brand has to be something that we live and stand by, that represents who we are. And my family, from my mom's side, my dad's side, like from my dad's side, I was only tight with one cousin. When I say tight, that was like, we saw each other, it was all great, all gravy, but not that we talked all the time. You know what I mean? On my mom's side, I had a couple cousins I was cool with, and that's about it. But being raised poor my entire life, living in and out of home shelters, and living in aunt's house, uncle's house, best friend's house, look, man, I learned that growing up the hard way that blood don't mean shit. Love and loyalty mean a lot more. And as I got older, met my wife, as I met friends who became closer than blood relatives, right? It showed me that, you know, loyalty and love and forgiveness to each other is more important, in my opinion anyway, no disrespect to nobody else, than blood, right? Because your own blood may not have your back, but your best friend or your homegirl may have your back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted the name of the brand to represent the feeling that Ernie had with his life and what I have in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't think it was his wife, and I think that I have a fucked up memory. I think it was his wife that she just said, family by loyalty. And because his wife and my wife are like sisters, him and I are brothers, right? Like brothers, right? His kids and my kids are tight. So I was like, when she said family by loyalty, I was like, wait a second. Yeah. That's gonna be the name of our brand, family by loyalty. And that was it, man.
Dope name. Now the logo. Let's talk about the logo.
Yeah, so
the logo.
Well, we worked with a couple designers, right? And one of the things was that the first two cigars we started was Frecky and Jerry, the two wolves, which is why we always kept those two wolves together and to represent Ernesto and myself, right? And the X was the mathematical buy. So when you do so when you do like a 4x4, you do 4x4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So actually, yes, we did a play on words, family X loyalty, which really means family by loyalty.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you moved from NY to Florida, which was a smart decision because fuck winter.
Actually, I went from New York to New Jersey to PA to Miami.
Oh, fuck all of them. Oh, that's cold. It's too cold for me. I'm jealous, man. I'm tired of this cold shit. I got on a sweater. You are in a t-shirt.
Listen, but the pool's cold, or at least for me.
Look, flexing.
No, trust me. I don't use it. It's not flexing. It was July, I'd be flexing. No. I ain't getting that bitch.
That's a new cigar, y'all. It's going to be called flexing. It's going to be a fucking picture of a pool. Have him at the pool smoking his own cigar on the band.
Hey, during my day job, I'm a DevOps engineer, like a programmer / infrastructure automation. And I've done meetings from the fucking pool during the summertime, and they'd be so pissed off. Video, huh?
Yeah, this dude here. So I see you getting around to a lot of cigar shops. Do you know how many shops your cigars in at this particular moment?
Well, it ain't that many, to be honest with you. It's at 18, going to be 19 right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got a lot of advice, from different brand owners, right? And one of the biggest advice that we've got is you don't want to get into every shop when you first start off. Because if you try to go the route of getting as many shops as possible as soon as you can, the likelihood that more than 75% of those shops will never order from you again is high. Maybe even 80% of those shops will never order from you again. Right? So what do? You focus on cigar shops that already have boutiques. You focus on the cigar shops that know how to hand sell boutiques. Right? So that's what my brother and I have been focusing on getting to boutique shops. If we walk into your shop and all we see is General Cigars, all the common name brands with no newer companies, we make a U-turn immediately. We don't even waste our time. You know what I mean? And the reason is because even if I convince the owner the owner says, man, you make some good cigars, and I convince him to buy them, if he tells me he doesn't introduce people to new cigars, my cigars are not going to sell there. Because only cigar smokers have been smoking for a long time that are interested in evolving their palate are going to look for newer cigars. Like, for instance, every time I go to a cigar shop, I look for new brands I haven't smoked yet. That's all I do. And if there's nothing new, then I'll pick one of my favorites that are there, right?
Yeah.
But most people don't do that, right? They go in, they want their Padron, right? The 1964, number 20, or whatever, right? They know what they're going for versus trying something new. So what we've learned, not only from the advice that we're given, but it's true for some of the stores we've been at, I would say of the 18 shops, only 14 of them had a lot of boutiques. The rest, the ones that have boutiques have reordered anywhere between 2 and 5 times already. Right? The ones that didn't have boutiques and were one of the only first boutiques there, they've only ordered once. You see what I'm trying to say? It makes sense. So for me to try to push and get to every cigar shop, knowing that our cigars may go in the value bin because they're not moving, or we're going to have to buy them back from the store owner because he can't sell them because he doesn't push them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I try to do that too. Whenever I walk in the lounge, I never know what I want until it hits me. I said, if I can't find nothing that interests me, then I'll go back to something I had. I agree with you on that. There's a lot of so let me ask you that. Let me ask you this question. There's a lot of guys out there brand loyal, right? Let's just say you got a guy that's saying, you know what? I want to try something different. Why should I try Family by Loyalty?
It depends, because the way I always start off with a person is this: what do you love to smoke? Right? What is your favorite cigar out there? And what I would try to do, based on my palate and my knowledge of cigars and how many cigars I smoked, I try to compare especially the cigar that you have that I know that I've had before, I've had a couple of times, I try to compare that the closest I can find to one of my cigars. Mm-hmm. Right? I want to just tell you, hey, try the Hottie. If I know for a fact you don't smoke no Connecticut's whatsoever. Right? Mm-hmm. But I know if you're a big Padron fan, I'm saying, well, you know what? Why don't you go to Fenrir? Right? Mm-hmm. So, like, it just depends. Like, I don't sell all 5 lines as one entity. I sell each of my lines individually based on the output of what you gave me about what you smoke. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That definitely makes perfect sense. Like a lot of times when I'm in the lounge and guy be like, oh man, you ain't got this. Well, do you got something that's comparable to this? Something that's going to remind me of this? A lot of times. So yeah, I get that. I definitely get that.
Yeah, because the thing is, I can recommend anything to you, but if you don't tell me what you enjoy, and I recommend you the Hottie, like I said to you, you don't like Connecticut's, you may like my Hottie, but you probably wouldn't prefer it. You'd probably be like, that's how cigars are like. Maybe I don't want to smoke it again, right? But if I gave you, let's say, the Skull, the Cuba Brazil wrapper, something that's a little more chocolatey, earthy, right, a little more denser in smoke, sweeter, you may say, damn, Family Loyalty is the shit. And all I did was change one cigar.
That's true.
Right? But again, it's like I would never recommend Fenrir to somebody who only smokes mild cigars and tends to stick with Habano wrappers and Connecticut wrappers. You see what I'm trying to say to you?
Okay.
I would say, hey, try the Jerry. Try the Hot.
Jason, the Skull is fire. Oh man, Joey, what up, baby?
Yeah. Yes, sir, Joe.
That's great. Now, I did see that you was down at the Boutique Fest down there in Indiana.
Yes, sir. It was nice.
How did you enjoy that?
It was cool, man. Like I said, it was really cool to meet people. The best part about Indiana was meeting the people, right? Mm-hmm. But the funny part about Indiana was because you're essentially an oval. An oval. Basically, it's you and every other boutique brand in an oval, inside oval and the outside oval. People walked right in. When they walked right in, they walked right into us first. And a lot of people just skipped over us, right? Right next to the right of us was ATL Cigar Co. Right to the left of us was, what's their name? Shit. Come on out. Think. I don't remember. I can't remember. I forgot the names. Anyway, so had both of them left and right. They would go past me, maybe go to ATL, maybe pass him, go to another brand, Tall Chief, I was right next to them. So what I started doing is my New York side. As soon as I see someone walking right by me, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? I'll go and grab that person's attention. And they'll be like, I'm going to walk around first. And almost every person I did this to, I said, wait, before you walk away, I'm gonna give you either a Fenrir pipe size, or I'll give you either a Frecky pipe size. My only caveat is if I give it to you, you gotta light it up in front of me. You gotta smoke the first one in front of me. By that time, you don't want to buy a 5-pack, then you keep it going. 99% of them said, okay. I make doing that than anything else. Because they saw the brand, they saw the name, they didn't know who we were. But I gave them a tasting. But I didn't give them a tasting so they could walk away and try later and never buy it from me again. No, taste right in front of me. Right? Smoke right in front of me. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That'll get him. That'll get him. You had to put your hustler hat on.
You should see me at
Now,
BCA. At BCA the first day.
What events are you planning now? Like, what events are you invited to that you're going to be at sometime in the near future?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure if we're gonna be directly at any events. If anything, you know Miyagi from the National Cigar Club.
Mm-hmm.
So Miyagi is a huge supporter of ours and our brother from another mother. So he may be attending Charlotte Cigar Week on our behalf.
Okay. I might go down there. It's only a couple hours from me. I might pop up down there.
But as far as us going to Cigar Weeks, to be honest, like we're really focused on traveling to get to the stores and not doing like these weeks, right, for this coming year. You know, this year we did a week. Last year we did two different cigar weeks. You know what I mean? And to be honest, they're fun. They're really fun. They are definitely not meant for any business to make money. Okay? You know what I mean? Like,
all right.
like when you do cigar weeks, from the vendor's point of view, you either break even or slightly above breaking even or below breaking even. Right? Mm-hmm. So the fact that, you know, Raphael lives in North Carolina and he's really tight with that community, he may be representing us if, you know, him and Damon works it out. As far as, you know, is there any spaces left. I think Damon, last time I spoke with him, I think all his spaces already called for.
Yeah. That's a smart idea. See, I didn't know that. I thought, but I you know what? It kind of makes sense because you paying for traveling, you boxing all your stuff up, you going out there, you know, you got to pay for a hotel, you got, you know, food and everything. So yeah, I can see that.
Car rental, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, car rental.
When you start adding up all the travel fees, the sales that you do is dependent on the people and some of the brand loyalty they already have. A lot of people go to these cigar weeks already have their own loyalty to some of these boutique brands, right? So even though you may have great cigars, it's not always about the great cigars you have. It's also about the loyalty you have. You know what I mean?
Go back to that name. Going back to the name. I feel you.
No, but you know, it is what it is. It's the truth, though. You know what I'm saying? So, again, like I personally enjoy cigar weeks. Like I think they're amazing. You have a great time. You meet good people. You know, but from a business point of view, the model has to change a bit. You understand?
You gotta pay for the booth too. I thought about that too. You gotta pay for the booth in some places.
Not just pay for the booth. Some places you gotta pay for a package. Some places charge you $1,000 for a gold package, which means like they're supposed to help you market better, help you promote it better, and they usually don't do a good job of that either.
Yeah.
That's why, like you know, I've been hit up by a few different cigar weeks to show up, and I'm just like, and I know it doesn't sit well when I tell them this, but I'm very honest. Like, yeah, listen, I'm not really down for cigar weeks anymore, you know, just because they're not financially conducive. You know, and I'll ask them, like, how do you run it? If I've never been there before, how do you run it? If I've already been there, I already know how you run it, so I'm not going to ask you those questions. Right? Like, how do you run it? If I don't see that to be, you know, it's beneficial for the vendors, then it doesn't make so much sense. Because it costs a lot. You got to think. For me as a cigar company, a cigar brand, everything everywhere I go, every dime I spend is ours. So if I'm going to travel and do, you know, that, It needs to be beneficial.
So what about
Now there's benefits of going cigar weeks. There's a lot of benefits. You know what the first benefit is? Brand recognition. The people that do smoke your cigar, the ones that did enjoy it, I'm gonna promote it on IG or to their friends. But it depends. For instance, at Tampa Cigar Week last year, we did well. Actually, we more than broke even. We doubled that, right? But we didn't fly anywhere. We drove from Miami to Tampa. We got the cheapest hotel time possible, right? We brought our own liquor and put it in flasks. We had to buy liquor from nobody else. You know what I'm saying? We had to hustle it.
Yeah, okay.
But Charlotte, we ain't doing that. We don't have to fly over to Charlotte. Right? My happy ass ain't driving up that motherfucker. You bugging, right? And we gotta rent we gotta rent a car, right? We gotta friggin' pay for the food every day, travel between a bunch of shots, spend a shit ton of money on gas. So I gotta focus on. It's like Ramon just said. I gotta maximize, right? I gotta focus my budget where does it make the most sense to help the brand grow the largest. Which is why, like I said, if Damon and let's say Raphael make some arrangement that can work out, then yeah, the Family by Loyalty brand will be at Charlotte Cigar Week, but I won't be there, or Ernie may go, but I won't be there.
What do you think about the PCA in Vegas?
Well,
that's a lot of talk about a lot of money. That's a lot of money, but that's a lot of exposure. So does that outweigh the cost?
To me, PCA is still worth it, even if you make not even one. Let me tell you something. When we went to TPE this year, we made one sale. One. All right, one sale. We probably spent like total like $10,000. One sale. Okay. But that one shop from TPE, Park Plaza Liquor and Deli, from Arizona, and Prescott, Arizona. My dog just ran out. They've already reordered from us like 5 times since May. And they were not ordering 5 boxes, 2 boxes, 3 boxes. They're ordering each time 18 to 22 boxes every time. Boom, 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 boom. Right?
It is worth it.
Yeah, but since TPE, we've got a lot of shops all the way between to PCA, right? And then PCA, we got another about 10 shops, and then we kept adding more after that.
Okay.
But the thing about PCA wasn't networking, right? The problem with PCA, and that's the honest truth, when you're a brand new brand, the only problem with PCA is that you're put in the back. All the owners and managers, I won't say all, but a good portion of them, they're coming for the prizes they could win. They've already made deals with the big brand owners already. They're not trying to make it back to the boutiques that they haven't heard of yet. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's the only problem with boutiques and PCA. Now, since we're part of the BCA, which also made a deal with the PCA, we will be going to PCA next year as part of the BCA. So it'll be a bunch of us, like a huge square.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope,
So,
man. And now you grow. Now, how would you say in the last year your growth has went? Has it been steady? Has it been slow? Has it shot? How does your growth been working?
So the growth, again, it depends on how much you're hustling. And it also depends on the community. I'm not gonna lie, the IG community helps out a lot. Okay, because as a brand owner, you could find shops. You could find shops that carry boutiques, but it's not always the easiest. You can't find everything on Google easily. You know what I mean? But with the proper marketing, with proper people that believe in your brand and help out, can really expose a boutique brand quickly. But for us, yes, I'll be honest with you, we wanted to be at 50 shops at the end of 2022. We're not going to make it. Okay? We're almost at the 20 mark. But the reason why we didn't make it is because, again, it's hard getting our cigars samples to every boutique shop. And the biggest problem when you walk into a boutique shop, or any shop in general, number one, it's a human business. So if I walk into a shop, you may not like my slang. You might not like the way that I'm super confident about myself. You may not like that. That may make you feel awkward, right?
Yeah.
You may not like the fact that my skin's a little darker than yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You may not like how the band of one of my cigars look like. You might like the way I walk. That's the number one problem in the cigar business, human business. If it was just based on how cigars taste, I would have been at a lot more shops.
Mm-hmm.
But now the second biggest problem in cigar business that everybody has, unless you're the biggest names of the game, is shelf space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Placement too. I think placement has a lot to do with it too. Sometimes they might like bury a cigar. Like I saw some good cigars and they was like fucking buried under like fucking like Fuentes or something. Like you see Fuentes and then you'll see like this little box.
Yeah. Well, the thing is this, is that big brands like Fuente, Davidoff, right, Georgia State, when you buy from them, I from what I've heard, I'm not a store brand owner, but some of them you have to sign a contract and you have to put them in a certain placement. Like, that's part of the order. You know what I mean? And you have no power to tell your store owner, hey, you bought 5 of my boxes. You need to put them in the front. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
That's why the cigar business is not easy. I know a lot of people wanting a cigar business, and you know what? Jonas told me this when I first started working with him. He's like, this is not easy, right? He laughed. He's like, this is not easy, right? Like, this is like hard. People think it's gonna be easy. And he was right. It's extremely difficult. You know what I mean? But it's fun. But I love it. But I enjoy it. So guess what? Keep pushing forward.
That's because we a lot of people, we get on IG and we see you and we see all you guys and y'all making it look easy, man. I know it ain't easy. But y'all make it look easy. So, you got guys like, well, I could do that. That looks pretty simple, fairly simple. And they over their head.
Well, no, like, and that's the advice I give, right? The advice I give is not that if everybody's meant to be a businessman or businesswoman, a lot more people be doing it, right? That's number one. Number two, when you're starting a business, I don't care what type of business it is. Are you ready to make a sacrifice? You know what the sacrifice is? Your time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't start a cigar business, don't think, man, I'm just going to get I'm going to get like, 5,000 cigars from this one thing. I'm going to put this one fucking label on it. I'm going to fucking promote the fuck out of it. Yeah, okay, you can do that. Sounds fun. That sounds fun. You know what I mean? Are you ever going to make your own damn cigar? Are you ever going to blend your own cigar? How's that going to taste? Right? Besides making it fun. Because what you're selling is a product that sounds fun. What are you going to make it so it's global? Mainstream. That's the hard work. See, that's what I said. When we started our brand, we said we're coming down to be here the next 20 years, to be a big name in the next 10 years. So I'm not coming for no short wins. I'm not rushing. I'm not trying to nah, man. I'm trying to make a name for our brand and a noise around the flavors that we're doing, that we're creating.
But I think that's good, man. That's good. I see a lot of people I talk to, and they be talking about, starting businesses with and they don't really have a business plan. They don't really have a plan of attack. They don't really know. They just know they want the business and they want to make money.
And again, in the cigar business, I promise whoever listens to this video and YouTube when he does it on here, IG afterwards, I promise all of y'all on this fucking call that's listening to this, y'all think you're going to be positive in a couple of weeks, couple of months, in a year or two. Motherfucker, you better have some serious-ass connections across the fucking United States. and have a serious amount of dough to put down in order for you to be positive.
Mhm.
Because you're fighting against shelf space. You're fighting against other flavors. And you're fighting, let's be real, if you don't become cool with the shop owner and he doesn't vibe with you or she don't vibe with you, no matter how good your cigar is, you ain't getting in.
Now let me ask you about marketing.
Yeah.
What would be the most difficult part you think about marketing a cigar
Everything.
brand?
It's illegal for you to market tobacco, marijuana, sex, alcohol, firearms, anywhere. So listen what I'm trying to say to you. In general, marketing is hard. All you really have is Facebook, IG, forums, and traveling to lounges and events. That's all you have. It's illegal. You can't buy ads, Google, Facebook, Yahoo. You can't do it. Spend a shit ton of money on cigar aficionado. Spend a shit ton of money on Cigar Snob, which we haven't done yet. But I'm just letting you know, like that's what it is.
That's crazy. I know all that, man. Damn. They came, man.
No.
Hey.
Having a cigar brand, if you're doing it for fun, it's fun. But you're not making a profit.
Sheesh. Damn, so that's good. Damn, that's damn near Mission Impossible. So you gotta, I see why you say you gotta have the connections and friends now, because you gotta try to sell this with no marketing, and that's crazy.
Yes. So you understand? Like, we just got to Atlanta Cigars, and they have the best prices on cigars. They bought almost 100 boxes from us. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're making a killing. They have right now 10% off our cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a VIP member, you got a bigger discount. But you know how I got to Atlanta Cigars? Be honest with you, all the brothers all love my cigars. I know them all very, very well because that was my first home lounge in PA. So the owners are actually my good friends.
Yeah.
And it was an accident that Paul walked by my booth. One of the owners of Atlanta Cigars. It was an accident walked by my booth. He didn't even recognize me until I yelled his name.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about the cigars. And I said, hey, listen, you got to taste them and let your brothers taste them, let James taste them, and get back to me. You know what I mean? Because no, we're not ordering from you. We remember you. We remember how anal you were with your palate. We used to give you cigars to try to let us know what you think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise, I would not be in Atlanta Cigars right now. That's real talk.
Mm-hmm.
And no other cigar brand owner is going to try to get you in. Because they got their space. They ain't trying to, and if they make new cigars, they ain't trying to share with you.
True.
Said the cigar business is not easy, guys. Yes, it could be done. Yes, making cigars, you go any factory you want to. That's the easiest part. That's the easiest part.
Shit. Damn. So that's a lot of information right there. So, of course, you talk about the hustle and the hunger and everything. So, you already told us in 10 years you want to be the man. You want to be a bigger brand. Let's just say
I want to be part of the big name brands, essentially, right?
Okay, let's just say you achieve that in 10 years. Then what?
Nah, we ain't done what. Shit don't stop. I plan on having 2 extra businesses before that 10 years is up, baby. I plan to have our own cigar lounge here in Miami, one of the best cigar lounges. I plan on probably doing some other things that I'm not gonna talk about right now, but trust and believe, it ain't stopping. My hustle is real. When you're born and bred poor, when you're born and raised living inside, out of homeless shelters, churches, fucking cousin's house, aunt's house, whatever, boyfriend's house from my mom's, you know what it is to be poor constantly. You know what it is to constantly worry about what you're going to eat. You know what it is where you're going to fucking stay.
Mm-hmm.
My house is real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let that break me. I let that make me. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do. No, I'll tell you what, though. Man, that's a lot to take in, man. I feel you, man. I feel you. You know, um, especially coming from the
Listen,
projects, man. I know how that roll, man. I know how that work, man.
so you know how it is.
Either overcome it or go down that path. Like,
Yeah.
I got a lot of buddies didn't make it. So I feel you on that, man, and I applaud the hustle, man, because I see you everywhere, man. You in everybody's chats, man. Mother, you in everybody. No, Family by Loyalty. Family by Loyalty. I was just hanging out with Mark, and he was like, "Oh man, that Family by Loyalty, that stick is phenomenal." We was just, drinking and talking about that shit. So yeah.
Well, and it's funny because I slowed down the past 2 months, and I'm about to pick it up again. You know what I mean? Just because the problem is with the hustle is, I gotta make time for my wife. I gotta make time for my kids. I gotta make time for the people that love me. I gotta make time, for the business. I gotta make time for my day job, right? So my time is constantly limited. You know what I mean? I'm constantly doing something. Look, you hit me up yesterday, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna tell my boss. And I didn't hit you back until later on. But then this morning, I'm like, yo, what I'm doing? What's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just be like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like what I tell people. I'm about to get on you now. Okay, fuck the cup. I already finished that. I'm tired. But I've come to terms being tired for the next 10 years. It just is what it is. And the biggest advice I have to every new person that wants to get into their own cigar brand, cigar line, ask yourself, what is your goal? And don't be stupid and just say a millionaire. All right? What the fuck is your goal? All right? Number one, are you prepared to hustle? Don't say yes, just say because you think you are. Are you prepared to fucking hustle? Are you prepared to look at your finances? Are you prepared to work harder, to make more money, to reinvest in the company? Not even for your family, to reinvest in the company. What are you prepared to do for this brand? Because when you have your own brand, if you're really serious, that's your baby. If you're really serious, that's your motherfucking baby. So what are you planning to do for your motherfucking baby? That's true.
That's real shit. That's something to look at, man. A lot of people, like Joey said, man, they think they are. Until it's time. Everybody think they're ready for the game until that fucking buzzer ring. What Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face.
And here's the thing. You show your brand, right? You get your cigars. The labels are running late. Fuck, my labels are running late. Yo, where my box is at? No, we had a little problem. We had this other customer come in front of us. How the fuck did he come in front of us? Well, their order was 100,000 boxes. Of course. So what he just told me was, fuck you. Your order was 2,000 boxes. That other order was 100,000 boxes. I took that order in front of you, right? That's the game. You can't control what you can't control.
Yeah. So let me ask you one last question before I let you go and get up out of here. Cutting lights. Have you done any cutting light events?
Cutting light? No.
Yeah, the store events where you pop up at the store and you. Oh no, yeah, you did one in when Jordan had the wrestling match. You did one in what was it, New York or Jersey? Wasn't it Jersey?
No. What I do is I hit a lot of lounges and my crazy New York ass. I get people talking. Listen, give me a few drinks and I'll talk to everybody in the fucking world. I'll be like, yeah, let's go, let's talk. Yeah, I'll get everybody involved real quick. Listen, the one thing that my brother and I have for us is that we got each other's backs. Our wives got our backs. Our not just our blood family, our family, our loyalty family got our backs. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, Miyagi, that's my brother, man. Got mad love for him. When I say mad love, I mean like real love. Like, yo, besides what he's helped us do, like, he's just a phenomenal person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we told him, once we can make enough sales that we can actually have a salary, he's getting on board. He's going to be our lead sales person. You know what I mean? Because he's shown his loyalty. He's shown his colors. But it's not just the brand. This is what I'm saying to you. It's not that he's showing loyalty to my brand. He's showing loyalty to me and my partner. You feel what I'm trying to say to you? Like, he's part of our family already, our inner family. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And that's what we want. As we grow, as we start being able to actually get people that's actually getting part of our salaries, you ain't with us unless you're with us.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't part of the family, you ain't down part of the family, you ain't with us.
Definitely. All right, man. I want to thank you for your time, sir. As always, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Appreciate you.
You want to grab me something to eat?
I'm going to keep smoking my cigar. Finish my blunt. It's my beer.
Oh, before we go, though, where could the people reach you at, man?
Yeah, you can reach me directly on IG. That's easy. I check my IG at least once a day. Yo, Joey, I know, bro. Yo, Joey's my nigga, bro. Joey's my, listen, I was driving with my wife, Ernie, and his wife in the car, and I was going like 90 miles an hour down the highway, right? I was texting Joey, yo, I'm gonna be there. Not Joey, I was texting his dad. Dave, I'm gonna be there. Trust, I'm this far away. I'm driving like a maniac to get there. They kept trying to postpone it. And they started the match, and I walked in. I saw Joey. I was like, yo. And he was like, yeah. And he started doing his thing. You're like, yo. I was like, yeah. Yeah. Listen, seeing Joey perform live and his dad perform live, honestly, bro, I've never seen a wrestling match live. That shit was fun as fuck. But Ernie's wife almost got knocked the fuck out. I know Joey's laughing right now if he's listening. Ernie's wife almost got knocked the fuck out. Well, we had a good time, though. And, the thing was, like, Joey and Dave, like, they both been rocking with us since we met them. And it's not even just about the brand. It's like, again, they're part of the family. You know what I mean? Like Dave and I, we just talk. You know what I mean? Joey and I just talk. You know what I mean? And be real with each other. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's what we look for. A partner and I, like, a lot of people say, yo, you guys are great guys. Yeah, we're great people. But, like, like, for us, it's about the real motherfuckers. You know what I mean? The people that are there for you. Not there because they want to be part of your brand. Not there because they want something from you. They're there because they vibe with you.
Definitely. All right, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you for your time, man.
It's a pleasure, brother. Thank you for having me.
Man. All right, as soon as we're gonna edit this up. Before I drop on YouTube, you know how I do. You get the promotion. Yeah. So definitely.
All right, but DM me, send me your address. I'm gonna send you some stuff, man.
All right, no problem, man. No problem. Thank you, brother. I'm finna go drink too, so I'm behind them 8-ball.
Listen, you need to find you one of these.
I'm gonna have to. Oh, that's the shot. Oh, I had the red one. The one with the red band on. I had that before.
Yeah,
I had a blue one.
Red. No,
I had a blue one.
Blue one. That's the shit.
I had the red. I had the blue.
You got Total Wine near you?
Yeah.
You got Total Wine near you? Head Total Wine.
Yeah. Okay. I might check it out.
Head Total Wine. And when you smoke a cigar, you're gonna call me and be like, "Wow, this shit is crazy."
I definitely am. All right, man. It's been a pleasure, man. As always, man.